Hello and welcome back to Flow and Fist and Palm, guys. I'm Aaron, and today we are going to learn some kickboxing. Kickboxing is like a really multitudinous term where some people mean one thing and some people mean another. My version is through Kung Fu, so I did traditional Kung Fu, which led me on to traditional kickboxing. So the kicks and everything I'm going to be teaching today are more Kung Fu based kicks, but also I used to fight in full contact kickboxing fights, but they were only kicks above the waist, therefore there was no Muay Thai, and I know that is a term really synonymous with kickboxing right now, going through some major popularity. So I'm not going to be teaching any leg kicks or anything today. All kicks, I've always had to aim above the waist. So we'll be working on flexibility too. And yeah, let's learn some of the basic kicks. Like I did with the boxing instruction video, this will be just going through the very basics of how we do a kick, how the function works from foot to knee to hip and whatnot, okay? So we'll go through a warm-up first and get nice and limber because I do not want anyone to pull a hammy because pulling a hammy sucks. This is Sancho Panza right there. I've taken him for a big walk, and so I'm really hoping he will quieten down because he wasn't here last time. And sometimes when I do yoga, he gets right up inside. So he looks pretty chilled, so I'm going to take it and run with it. So let's go. Let's warm up first for this kickboxing workout, okay? So on your toes. Anyone's got this, just bouncing back and forth on your toes and just loosen up. Try and keep everything loose, okay? Don't be stiff right now. Just pop up and down and try and just shake your body, wake it up a little, let it know it's going to get sweaty and warm, okay? So now we're going to go for a little bit more of a jog, okay? So now you can bring your arms into work, warm the shoulders up a little bit too. That's it. A little bit faster. And slow it down. And mid-speed. And a little faster one more time. Nice. On your toes. So, big star jumps, okay? That's it, light on your toes. So when you feel the contact, you spring back. If you look at my feet, spring back, okay? Now back to your toes. So, we're going to just go into a fighting stance. Whatever that means to you, try and have your power hand back. And then, so for me, power hands right, left leg forward. All we're going to do now, bounce back and forth. We will go through the fighting stances, the true correct fighting stances later on. But for now, just do kind of what I'm doing. I'm just going to go switch. I want you to switch. And then you're going to bounce on the opposite way, okay? So, switch. As I've said, traditional Kung Fu for me, but this kind of stuff, switch, is going to look a lot like Taekwondo too, because I did a lot of practice within those kind of kicks too. Switch. Good. Right now, you're just going to bounce both feet at once, and then I just want you to go like that. I want you to pop a little squat, jump, and back up. Back on both feet, remember? So we're going to do 5 of these, okay? So, 1, jump, and both feet at the same time. 2, this will work on agility and reflex, okay? So, pop big squat, there, and back. You should be starting to warm up a little now. And right, and last one, Good, just back to normal. So, I think I've got a spoon to my foot, dudes. Right, so get back into fighting stance for a sec. And we're just going to start throwing on the bounce. Just straight. If you've never punched before, doesn't matter. All you're doing is dragging your hands out from your chin to your chin. We're going to roll the shoulder blades up, okay? Good. A little faster, okay? Both toes and arms, a little faster. And slow it down, good. This yoga mat sucks ass. Right now, we're going to get hindies, but we aren't just going to do this, okay? I want you to sort of bounce and pop up, okay? So bounce, pop up. This isn't necessarily like a Muay Thai clinch knee. This is just going to get used to flexing your hip, okay? So keep the opposite hip straight, pop up, knee. That's it, match me at least. I know this is beginner one, but at least try and match my pace. Good, good. Right, stand easy for a second. Now we're going to do a few variations of leg swings, okay? These are pretty important to how you can kick. It's the difference between warming up properly and being able to kick up here, not warming up properly and pulling a calf down here, okay? So, first of all, I just want you to stand straight. Again, if you had the fighting stance before, same again. This is not a kick, this is a swing, okay? So watch my leg. All I'm doing is putting weight into this left foot and swinging that up, okay? This is a dynamic stretch. It will help open the hip up and also stretch through the hamstring and the hip flexor itself, okay? That's it. And you'll notice, like mine is, it's just naturally going a little higher on the swing because this is warming up. And switch, same principle, same again. Opposite leg, just a swing, not a kick. I've literally done these moves since I was 5 years old, man. 29 now. I'm still swinging my legs at places. Good. Those are the frontward. We're going to have a few, so I want you to take a wider stance now. Have one leg slightly further back. With your hands, I normally sort of come up here. If it's easier for you to balance out here, or whatever, if you want to hold on. But basically, you're going to just swing in. This is my wooden hand. You're just going to swing in and out, okay? So close the hip, open the hip. Again, this is just a swing, not a kick. So swing in and out. In and out. I actually find it easier to alternate, so you can get a little step and then alternate. But if you find it easier to do one leg at a time, please do that, making sure you are just pulling the leg up and allowing it to arc itself, okay? So with your abs, engage your core, pull your leg up, and it will just drop. As you can see, mine is starting to open up already. I have done a bit of yoga today, so feeling relatively loose. Right, so that's the inside. Opposite way now. Come out, swing through, excuse me. I'm always going to have gas. These videos are always going to have me burping. Apologies, okay? So, leg, bring it out, and drop it in. This one feels, I think, much more awkward, okay? But just try and keep your balance, flat foot. Just bring it up and drop in the middle. This one, do not worry how high it is. You're just trying to open up your hip, okay? And then switch legs. Same again. And out. And just drop through the middle. Ah, wow. Daddy's gone. Oh, this is dream caused by the flight of a bee on a comic planet. Second before waking up. And I need an attack. So, legs should be loose. Should have a little bit of a sweat on. Should be a bit warmer. Have 30 seconds to grab a drink, some agua, and then we'll get into it. And I can't believe how much of a good boy Sancho Panza has been. That worked out, didn't it? Oh. I do a lot of yoga on YouTube, and I always see the most chilled out dogs ever that are just sitting there while someone does mad downward dogs and everything. And I was not expecting this, but Sancho Panza's being a good boy. Oh, my camera skills with the laptop are not good. Right, let's get into it then, guys. So, first of all, let's learn the front kick, okay? Let me just bring this back a little further. So, front kick, kind of does what it says there. I'll always practice at you first, and then to the side, okay? So, front kick off the front leg. You are pushing your weight into your back leg and raising your knee, okay? Just like we did on the knee raises earlier. So, there. That's all I want you to do. There. And then you pull your toes back and you strike with basically the kind of the knuckles of your feet, okay? So where the pads are, where you're on your toes, that's what you want to strike with. Predominantly front kick is like a little back away kick. So you throw it, someone's coming towards you, bang, get away. Keep your distance. It can be used a bit like a jab, but it can also be pretty devastating too, okay? So, again, shift my weight, I'm standing here. Knee up, you want to bring your knee up, everyone should be able to do this. So about your hip point. All you're going to do realistically is straighten your leg, okay? But as you do that, I'll come a bit closer, as you do that, you're going to pop your hips into it, okay? So, from the side, this setup isn't great, I know, but I live in Barcelona in a small apartment. So, front kick, there, okay? But as you can see, as I lean, shoulders go back, hip pops out, okay? So, there, that's a front kick off the front leg, okay? And then, off the back leg is actually much easier. So, coming towards you. So, if I've got split weight, if I've got 50-50 here and I'm ready, I can move anywhere. I'm going to put weight in here to plant it. This foot's planted. This knee comes up, but it comes through as it comes up, okay? So from there, here, same again, push out. That's all you're doing. This one just feels like a little bit more, it feels a little bit more fluid, because you're not just standing still going there. You almost take a step through, and you push through, okay? So from the side, here, someone's coming at me, cut them in half. Bang! Straight through the middle. Again, hitting with the knuckles and toes. There. Preferably in the sternum. I've got my independent vest on. This point here is the perfect place for a front kick, okay? Take a few of those to the sternum. Your fitness is going to feel like it's just stooped a whole few levels, okay? So, we've got front kick, front leg. There. Front kick, back leg. There. Okay? All I'm going to do is I'm going to be bouncing on the spot. And then I'm going to say front or back. Both the same front kicks, just front leg or back leg, depending on what the stance is. Okay? So, if in kickboxing, you just feel like I don't know how to stand. I'm standing like this. Okay? Similar to boxing, whereas I'm a little bit more square, hips are facing, and I'm here, ready to punch ahead of me. Kickboxing, like I mentioned, Taekwondo, it can be very side-on, like this. So you've got this hand to block and get out of the way, and you're small, you're thinner, and being square. But I kind of have a hybrid stance, okay? So halfway between this and this is sort of me like this, okay? This is my kickboxing stance. You're going to feel it out. Something's going to feel not nice. Something's going to feel like it fits, okay? You basically want to be able to distribute weight to either foot at any time. If you have that and you have hands to hold up and cover yourself, you're pretty much good, okay? So for the front kick, I'm going to be open up a little bit more slightly. My hips are going to be facing the opponent because it's the hips that's going to push through, okay? So I'm going to call front or back, and you and I are going to do front kicks, front leg or back leg, okay? So on your toes. If it's too hard for you to go on the toes and then do the kick, just here, but just move, okay? Don't be like a statue. You don't want to just be flat-footed and planted in the same spot. Even if you can't get all this kind of jazz on, just make sure, you can do the steps like this, okay? So, front. Remember, knee up, push out, okay? Front. Front. Back. Back. Can you see the distance? Watch now, if I just go like this, I get to about near the end of my table. Front foot's in the same place. With the pop of the hip, I'm going a lot further, okay? So you want that hip extension, and you want to sort of swing it back, as if you're unholstering, whoosh, like this, okay? So, bang. Oh, this yoga mat, dudes. I will get a new yoga mat. Back. Front. Back. Back. Front. Front, back. Front, back. Plant the foot and just switch your weight. That's all. Front kick up, drop down. I'm switching my weight here. I've got my weight. Bring that up, pop it out, and back to balance, okay? Front, back. Front. 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 Front, back, front, okay? Do that again. Front, switch, back, switch, front, okay? And those are some front kicks. Now, side kicks, okay? So, there's a little bit of a variation between the side kick and the front kick. They can look similar to some people. They're different and they're used for different terms, okay? As I said, front kick is like a distance maker. You can kind of gauge your opponent's distance. If you keep throwing front kicks, they'll get used to that as your distance. They're going to back off, okay? Side kick, it can be used as a sort of distance setter and also to feel your opponent out, because a front side kick isn't the most powerful kick, but you can definitely catch them in the guts, okay? I mean, obviously the head too if you want, but usually side kick, bang, okay? There's a few motions in this one. So, like the front kick, we have the lean through. You just lean in on the opposite leg again, but it's how, so you put the weight into your back leg for a front side kick, okay? But you lean too. So, rather than stand straight and go, I can't get my hip off, okay? So, I lean back, and you actually have better balance there too, because this is more balanced out than this, which sucks. That doesn't feel nice. So, coming at you, put your 3D glasses on. Side kick. This knee comes up to hip height, okay? That's when I start leaning back. Side kick is always hitting with the bottom of the foot, okay? So there, and back. There, and back, okay? So bring it up, push it out, and come back. With your hands, if you keep them in, it will help you balance, but obviously, if you're beginning, sometimes these are going to be everywhere. You should see me skating. I'm windmilling all the time, okay? So don't worry too much about your hands right now. We're learning the kicks. Whatever works for you. We try and get the technique. So from the side, this, I put my weight and I lean, okay? I'm pulling my toes back already. Pull the toes back, push out, and down. That's a side kick, front leg, okay? So here, someone's coming towards me, bang. You can do it with a stationary foot. So I go straight into this, or I prefer, if I'm in a fight, I prefer the step side kick, It's a little bit more advanced, but it's definitely doable for beginners, okay? All you're doing, rather than just leaning straight back, keeping a slightly bent knee, bam, you might step. But as you step, bring your toes on a 90-degree angle to your other foot, okay? I think, again, I told you before, my maths is shit. So, you bring it there. This, you can lean into. Try not to lean like this, because you'll go over. You still want to lean straight back with your foot, the same way as your foot, okay? So, how I do my side kicks usually, even if it's just like this, I'll turn, pop a side kick out. But whatever's easier, as I said, you've got both options. You can either just lean back, pop a side kick, or if you want, step, pop, or even just twist, pop, okay? And then you've got like a hop kick too. That's the intermediate stuff, okay? So, that's front kick, side kick, front leg, back leg. The same principle, all you have to do is turn your shoulders, okay? So same principle, obviously the opposite leg is supporting you. So, if I'm standing like this, my opponent, this foot turns out, okay? This foot turns out slightly, just enough, so your hips are open and not closed. Open, you see? I'm going to bring this knee up to my chest, here. But as I'm doing that, I am turning whoosh, all the way around, but I'm still looking there. So I'm looking straight ahead of me, here. So I'm going there and back, okay? Swap your weight, bring your knee up, same time. There, push your leg out, bring it back, and just twist. This sucks. That's better. So, understand? So we've got side kick front leg, side kick back leg, and remember, side kicks are with the bottom of the feet, okay? Because turning kicks are totally different. So even if you swing in like this, it's not a full swing, it's a through. Your knees come in through and back, okay? So when I call it, same before, front or back. I'm going to give you a little bit more time here. So, front, and if you can bounce, like we said before, okay? Front, I'll do it slow, okay? And back, I'll do it slow. The back side kick will feel a little bit weird initially because you feel like you've got to go halfway around to come back. It makes a lot of sense. I miss heavy bags. If I had a heavy bag here, I could really show you how you can sort of bounce off it and come back, okay? So, let's go. Front. Back. Front. 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 Back. Good, guys. Back. Front. Back. 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 Front. Good. So, we've got there for our side kicks. We've got here and here for our front kicks. Next up, I'd say the holy trinity of kicks in Kung Fu and kickboxing for me is front kick, side kick, and turning kick, okay? There's loads more, but turning kick is probably the most popular. One of the easiest, for one. Also one of the ones that gets done the most poorly. You think it's easier than it is, but I promise you it is quite easy. Just know the technique and you've got it, okay? So, turning kick, the front leg. So if you're doing turning kick front leg, much like the side kick, weight's coming in, okay? But you can see that knee doesn't come here to pop out. This is coming up almost, okay? So, side on, there, and that's a turning kick. That's all it is. And you're hitting with this whole part of the foot, okay? You want that almost to be like the hand, that you can catch this. I'd imagine everyone's seen some MMA head kick knockouts, okay? So, watch this back foot for a second. All I'm going to do is lean, and again, I like that little twist, okay? You don't have to do it, but you're going to feel a little bit more closed off. Open that hip up, bang, much easier for me, okay? Back leg, all you're doing is twisting that front foot, and this is easier than the back leg side kick, I think. You twist that front foot, your hips are as open as they can be, really, and you're bringing this up again, the knee up, as you turn, and you strike with the toes. Think of the toes. Try and keep your toes straight, all bent like this, so you can kick there, okay? So, front, bang, back, bang, okay? Again, try and think of the individual motions for every kick. That's how you're going to learn the kicks. For the front kick, the individual motion was up, push, and I mean, it's easy, right? This turning kick with the back leg, turn the front foot first, hips open. Knee comes up as you turn the shoulders, there, and just allow your leg to come up. That's one of the reasons we practice swings, because not every kick has to be, it has to be definitive. You can sort of aim a big head kick from here, and I could probably hit someone like 2 meters away by really swinging it round, okay? So, if you're standing still, you've got a little bounce on there. Tighten your abs as you do it, and the bringing it back, the holstering, is so much easier, I promise you, okay? I've been working on my posture recently, and so my core has strengthened, and my kicks are becoming almost like more snappier, So, twist there, tighten, and go. So, let's do this, front and back, same again, okay? So, front, 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 front. I said really open up those hips, front. There's a reason I'm doing this. Really get that balance. Back. Slow it down. If you can't do it fast, do it much slower. If it really doesn't work and you're swinging and you're kicking the table over, do it really slow. This is how we learn. I've spent so many hours of my life like this, okay? Just practicing and practicing really slowly. With this back one, if I call it, it doesn't have to be super fast. Motion, 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 and back, okay? Front, back, back, front, back, front, back, 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 front. Right, so we have front kick, side kick, and turn kick. We're going to use those in some drills now, get some water, and then we'll do a little bit of an exercise with these kicks, okay? Sancho Panza, what a good boy. Someone's getting treats. Right, for this exercise, if you have around about this much space, I'd say 1.5 meters square, just here, we're going to face each other, okay? And we're going to work on foot movement as well. Foot movement is everything in boxing and kickboxing. Any striking sport, foot movement is it, okay? So, we're going to face each other. You are going to copy what I do. I'm going to say what I'm going to do. I'm going to say front kick, okay? I want you to act as if I'm coming at you. So hands tight. If you're in a fighting stance, like I said, you can either sort of be side on, if this is more traditional martial arts style, or you can be square on, like a boxer. If you can, get like halfway, shoulders are tilted, so we can get, I've got head movement here, I've got my legs open to hip, okay? If you can get that, so slightly side on, slightly facing each other, but not square, good, okay? So, I'll call out a few kicks. I'll say side kick, turning kick, and you can see I'm piecing these together. So that was side kick, front leg, turning kick, back leg. Bring it back, and that's what we have, okay? That's what you are going to do. So, in 5 seconds, we'll begin. I'm going to say it, you're going to do it, okay? Follow me, back up, and come back after me then, okay, with those kicks. So, let's go. Front kick, side kick, front kick, side kick. So think of me as your opponent right now, okay? Turning kick. And again, do not worry about the height of the kicks, okay? Worry about the control of them. So turning kick, back leg, side kick. Good, guys, good. Front kick, turning kick. That's it. Remember, every time you drop a kick, you want to slightly transfer that weight. So I could get away with doing a front, and a turn in, because I'm making sure everything is in each leg. The weight is in each leg as it needs to be, okay? You're going to feel this out as you do it. Right, fast, let's go. Front kick, turning kick, front kick. Keep up with me, keep up. Side kick. Come at me. Come, that's it. Front kick, turning kick. Come at me. Roll. There we go. We're going to piece these together. Front kick. Okay? Make sure those hips are popping. Side kick. Remember, lean back into it. Side kick, back leg. Bring it in. That was ugly. There we go. So, turn kick. Come at me with them. Turn kick. Front, side. Front, side. Okay, as you can see there, I did front kick, front leg, drop, front kick, back leg, drop, and as I drop it, I touch, and I switch straight away, weight in the back, and now back leg to pop a side kick, okay? Right, last 30 seconds. Let's go, non-stop, copy, front, side. Do it as you can. Side. Front. Turn in. I do love sound effects. Turn a kick. Is that swap these legs? Turn a kick. Can you see the twist? Turn a kick. Nice. Front. Side. And again. Front. Side. And again. Front. Side. Turn a kick, big leg. Okay? And again, big off the back and pull it in. I shouldn't have spanned there, because usually I try to control the back so I'm super ready, okay? You don't want to get hit with a Superman punch. Me going like this, I'm turning, bang. Okay? Good job, guys. This was the first, the introduction session to just the basic kicks. That's it. This isn't Kung Fu. This isn't really kickboxing. I'm just introducing the vocabulary, if you like, of what we can learn eventually, okay? So thank you for joining me. Remember, front kick, side kick, turning kick. Practice it everywhere. If you're into it, practice it. Do it on trees. Do it on people you don't like. That's a joke. Before the internet bubbles up and kills me, I joke, okay? But if you want to practice it, don't forget the stretches first, okay? Maybe every morning, if you want a new routine, get up and do a 10-minute leg stretch. I promise you, the oxygen will be flowing around your body and you will feel better. Like, I'm taking this advice too. So yeah, thanks for joining me, guys, and joining Flow and Fist, Ed and Palm. If you want to ask any questions, feel free, go ahead. And I will see you in the next video, because I'm about to do a kickbox exercise one. So if you want to get sweaty or even sweatier, come join me for that. If not, thank you guys for joining me, and catch you soon.